Are you distracted while I'm delivering this very important news story? Are you wondering what you're going to feed the kids tomorrow? Are the uniforms clean?
Yes.
Who's taking them to swimming?
I don't know.
You might just be suffering from a nasty case of mum brain.
So we'll go through every decision we made during the day, from, breakfast right through. Not only that, well, my God, they didn't eat enough broccoli. Geez, did I have enough of that in the lunchbox? Then we've gone, oh my God, my eyebrows, I'll need to put that in. There's a load of washing in. Have I got it, Kate? Right, and about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Kate's getting emotional.
Yeah.
Hear that? That's the sound of mums across the country yelling preach at their radio.
This is the
That would
mum
be so
brain.
stressful.
This is the mental load we carry for the people we love.
Whatever you want to call it, she's referring to the never-ending, always evolving household to-do list that women never stop thinking about.
Do we have enough toilet paper? What are we going to have for dinner on Thursday?
Making sure the dishwasher's empty so the bottles are clean.
The singular focus of most males means I'm going to go to bed to go to sleep. So the mum comes to bed to go to sleep. But we're biologically wired to make sure that we're caring really well because of estrogen.
But is it really all about the hormones?
The idea that the mental load is just being driven by our hormones, something biological, is ridiculous. It's just not true. It's a myth that we shouldn't be perpetuating.
Research shows there's actually something else at play.
Women are carrying a heavier mental load, in part because social norms place a disproportionate burden on mothers to do the caregiving.
I'm the one that, tends to wake at night and worry about things.
Women take on way more than men for work, like domesticity and things like that.
Stats show that although most mothers with school-aged kids work outside the home, in 78% of households, the mental load is usually or always carried by mum.
Men, of course, also carry a mental load, but their mental loads are more heavily concentrated at work.
Make sure you go to the toilet before. Buddy, remember what happened last time? We'll just have a sit and see. Well, white undies were your idea, remember? And remember, wash your hands afterwards. You don't always, I've heard you. Kids, huh? Kids? That was Taunton.
It's the work we do when we worry about our kids and we're trying to ensure if our partner is having a bad day. So the mental load itself is emotional, and that's what makes it impact our mental health and well-being.
So how can we cure mum brain? And if we can't, is it time for us to go on strike?
Do you remember when those women in Spain went on strike because and they refused to have sex with their husbands until they chipped in with the chores as well?
No, is that what happened with Victoria and David Beckham
when
he was living there?
Oh.
Drove him into the arms of Rebecca Lewis. Because Vicky wouldn't do the housework.
Oh, there we go. Is this something that you struggle with, the mental load of 4 kids and a husband and a dog and a job and everything else?
But I didn't even realise that was a story. I thought that was just how life is.
No, it shouldn't be.
Well, it is, because everyone's telling the same story.
I know, but it shouldn't be. And I think that's the thing. It was so interesting. Over COVID, lots of my girlfriends started kind of going, hey, there's not really an even distribution of chores here, and I'm carrying most of the mental load, and more of them now are just saying, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to buy a present for your mum. You buy it.
But what happens if you stop? You know what was interesting, like the woman in that story, the expert, who said it's not true that it's just estrogen, but then if it was just societal, women would stop doing it, and yet we don't stop doing it. So what is it?
Well, I think it's about lowering your standards a bit and letting go of perfectionism, right? Because I have another girlfriend who...
Sarah's saying she's perfect.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I think sometimes as well, like, I don't know about you, but I would be like, I'll just do it my way. You don't do it properly. And then the blokes are like, well, I can't do it. And then they kind of weaponise that incompetence to be like, oh, you do it better. And then you end up carrying most of the load.
I agree with most of that. I reckon if you lower what you expect and you say whatever you do, that's what we're living with.
Yeah.
It's amazing what will change.
Yeah.
Why did you get involved?
We have all lowered our expectations.
Right, and see, it's working out
and we're so happy.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.